Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. Fair warning, the cat's being a little uppity, so he might jump into camera, so be ready for it just in case. For the main tarot cards, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. Supportive Oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen. There's how you spell Gretchen's last name. That way, if you want to find these creators or anything else they've done, you can easily do that, because that's what we want. If you like their stuff, we want you to find their stuff. What do we got for Cancer? Okay. Put this over here. Oh. Okay. So far so good. Let's see what happens. We got a lot of cards going on here, and it's going to depend how it all plays out in the end, because it looks like it goes pretty well, but let's not count our chickens before they're hatched, as you say. Joy is coming in with the Three of Wands. Now, is this going in or leaving? It feels like leaving. You disconnected from something. For a lot of you, I think it's a person. I'm almost feeling like for a few of you, actually, I want to say someone, but if there's a few of you, it's a work situation, and you're not leaving the work situation. I don't think they're leaving either, but it's somebody that you used to look at differently, and it's kind of like you're finally seeing who somebody is. People have been telling you, you've been trying to give them the benefit of a doubt. Something finally hit the fan. No, something finally hit the fan, and you're kind of like, oh no. I can't be blind to this anymore. I can't believe that about them anymore. I can't believe the betterment for them anymore, because I'm seeing their true colors. And I'm getting the Three of Wands is literally like, I'm not putting up with things. I'm not going to accept or, make excuses for them anymore. And the joy is like you're freeing yourself. Like you're actually making your situation a lot better by seeing this person for who they really are. It's weird because I feel like it's not like you want to see the darker side of this person, or they're like the muddier side of them, but it's kind of like by being honest with yourself and like, you know what, this one person, they're not that good. They're just not. You're improving your own quality of life. And you're also helping the people around you. And I feel like this is a big piece of why you're like really seeing the truth. You're kind of like, there's a bunch of people I really care for and I really like. And this one person, I'm trying to see the better of them constantly. And it's happened enough times where the people around me are saying, no, this is not who this person really is. You're thinking better of them than they actually are. And here's what's really going on. By you stepping away and no longer playing that anymore, you're improving it for the people around you. And that's the thing with Cancer. You care about the people around you. And you're like, if this is hurting the people around me and this person is really toxic for the people around me, then I can't put up with that anymore. Because I don't keep people in my circle like that. I value the people I care about. I protect the people I care about. And I'm not going to let somebody who's toxic stay in this circle. They're going to have to go. So the joy is also like, it's improving it for people around you. You're improving the situation for the people around you. Like, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. The Emperor is here in the environment. Somebody's standing with you on this. Somebody here, the Emperor is big on honesty. The Emperor, especially because it connects with Aries energy, is very big on not just honesty, but like, we're not going to sugarcoat this crap. We're going to talk about what's really here. We're going to get to the root of it. This is what's happening. This is not good. We're not going to sugarcoat it. No, not good. Been going on for a while. Needs to stop. So you've got a very strong ally. When you come into this kind of like, I can't handle this. I can't do this anymore. I can't allow this anymore. This can't be, I can't let other people have to handle this. Something about handling it is there, but I'm not really touching on it correctly. Something about handling somebody or making somebody else handle this person because you're accepting them, something like that. But you have this ally saying, you're right, they're done, it's over. And this person's going to back you up and make sure other people understand. This is the truth. This is what's actually happening. The Cancer sees it, you should see it, I see it, let's see it together, and let's not put up with it. We're not going to keep this toxic energy here because it's just going to keep poisoning. It's like having a really poisonous piece of your garden. It just keeps creeping in and it just destroys everything slowly. No, we're not going to do that. Four of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. You're holding to it. This person is helping you hold to it. They're not holding you to it, but they're helping you not have to deal with it coming back and trying to seep back in. Once you make up your mind, this person seems to be helping back that energy off and keep it off. And the Four of Pentacles is like things are going a lot better, and it's holding it in that place where it's feeling a lot better and things are going much, much better. Now, when this other person who's very toxic, I'm not saying they're a bad person, but they're very toxic. There's a difference. You know what I mean? Sometimes people are toxic. They're not really bad people. They just have really bad behaviors. Even though that may be the case, you can't allow it. You know what I mean? You can't let somebody who wants to throw knives all over the place into the family reunion because they're going to hurt people. So, like, if you're going to be throwing knives everywhere, you need to stay. You need to stay home. You need to have somewhere else. Go to a knife range where you can throw knives and nobody's going to get hurt. But you can't come to the family reunion throwing knives everywhere just because you feel like it. No. So, again, a toxic behavior. Maybe they're not a bad person, but they have a very toxic behavior going on there. They're coming at you for forgiveness. They are going to come at you for forgiveness because they're going to realize very quickly, if you're not going to put up with it, other people aren't going to either, and you have somebody backing you up. The only way they can get the other person, that strong person, to back down is if they can get you back on their side and get you to calm that person down and convince that person to leave them alone or to let them back in. To let them back in is what I'm actually getting. I'm getting this person does tug on your heartstrings. They do. I know it says insecurities, and I understand how that probably fits, but I'm really getting, you see how that devil is connecting right into your heart? This is somebody that's very toxic, and they're playing on your heartstrings. I don't feel like you're backing down at this point, though. I feel like you're kind of no, I can't do that. I can't let you back in here. I can't do it. It is weighing on you very heavily. Very, very, very heavily. You take this very seriously. You got the King of Cups with the Seven of Wands, which is telling me you're trying to deal with it. You're trying to be fair. You're really trying to be fair. But part of being fair is being honest with yourself. And I feel like this Emperor keeps popping up saying, hey, Cancer. I know you want to forgive that person, but you really think that toxic behavior is over? Because I don't. And if you think it's over, explain to me why you think it's over, because I'd love to hear it. And I feel like you're immediately kind of no, I don't think that toxic behavior is over. But I feel for this person. I do feel for them. And I feel like the Emperor would then step in and say, hey, well, give them this option. Tell them to go over and handle their situation. Start seeing a therapist. Start doing this. Start doing that. Maybe they can improve their own lives. And then just leave it at that. Don't promise anything. Just say, here's an idea. Go do that and see if that improves your life. The Emperor is a very strong ally for you, but I feel like the Emperor even might be difficult for you to deal with once in a while because they're very harsh. I'm getting a very harsh energy. I do feel like you're giving this person, you're trying to give this person ideas. It's hard for you. It's hard. So you're kind of listen, you can't come into the family reunion. You can't come here, but you can go over there. And you know what? Let me know how it goes. And let me know. I feel like you're saying, as you're making progress, keep me up to date as you're progressing on that. But I can't let you back in here. Go over there. Go do that. Or try this. Or here's a couple more ideas. And when you do that, just keep me in the loop. Let me know how it's going. I'm rooting for you, but I can't let you in here. I can't do it. It's not good for other people. You are rooting for them. I do feel like you are rooting for them. It's hard, but you are. Now, they seem to be staying away. Are they doing the work? They are starting to do the work. That might be the purpose of this, but you got to be careful because I don't know if you really want to bring this back in, but let's see. Isolation with dissipating. But dissipating sometimes isn't good. I don't know. You have to really look at your situation. If they're getting help for their situation and they're seeing somebody professional especially, if you're really seeing changes here you think are correct, it may be dissipating in a positive way. Sometimes it's just kind of the air moves on for a moment, but that doesn't mean it's not going to come back. It may just kind of when you turn off an appliance, if it's still plugged into the wall, Just because it's on doesn't mean it can't hurt you. You know what I mean? It's very easy just to switch it back on. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful with it. You know what I mean? If it's still plugged into the wall, and even if it's not plugged in, it doesn't take a lot to plug it back in. You got to keep that in mind too. Because this person is like very isolated. I feel like you're feeling for them. It seems like they're calming down. You've got guilt on your side with passion and the Page of Wands, which is the Page of Fire. Okay, I honestly feel like for a lot of you, you're going to keep them away from the main group, but you might do something with them just to see if they're actually improving. Even though you see them for their honest behavior, Cancer isn't really able to just make a quick change. Like when they care about somebody, even when they get upset with them, it's hard for them to really let go. It really is. Because when you're in a Cancer's heart, like, you're usually there. So it's hard. It's hard for you to disconnect from them totally. It's hard. I feel like it's really hard. And I feel like you're doing things with them but you're keeping them away from other situations. You're like, I'm not going to let this be toxic for other people. I don't know if this is the best idea, but it seems to be what has to happen. I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. You decide what's right. If it's a really toxic person, I really would advise against it, but you got to do what's right for you. Because I feel like you're giving them a chance, and you got the Nine of Pentacles. You're kind of like, all right, I'm giving them a chance with me, but I'm keeping them away from all this other stuff so that they can't be toxic with all these other things. You know, I'll go with them to the knife range just for like if they're throwing knives all over the place. I'm not going to let them into the family reunion or whatever it's going on here. But I'm also, when I go, I got all my I'm wearing a helmet and the pads, and I'm watching out. I'm making sure I stay in the right place so that I don't have to worry about it, you know what I mean? Or at least I'm aware that things are going on. I'm protecting myself as best I can. You feel like you are with the Nine of Pentacles anyway. I'm not sure if it's going off that well, but you feel like you're protected. In hindsight, when this is all over, you might look at it differently, just to be fair. Now, I feel this person starts really I feel like you're hanging out with them, just you and them, but you're not bringing them into the main situation. And I'm getting it gets really kind of like they get aggravated, agitated. I was going to say aggravated, or whatever that is. Aggravated and agitated, probably both. So, they're going to put a lot of pressure on you, kind of like, let me into the reunion. Like, let me come back. Let me do this. Let me back. This isn't fair. And I'm getting like they're getting really upset with you. Like, you're as if you're gatekeeping. Like, you're not letting them in, and like they want to be in, and I feel like they might even accuse you of being part of the problem. Like, I'm not really that bad. You just think I am. I'm allowed to throw knives. Everybody throws knives. And you're kind of like, no, not everybody does throw knives. And no, you're not allowed to throw knives. Like, what they're saying and what they think they're allowed to do and what they're actually allowed to do are two different things. And you see that, but they're starting to become very difficult for you. They want back. They're like, this isn't fair. I deserve to be back. I know it says service, but I'm noticing like how it feels on the actual card, in the sense of like, you need to help me. I'm stuck here. This isn't fair what you've done to me. I need to get back in. You need to let me back in. It's not fair. This is not fair to me. I don't think this is right, but I feel like that's how the energy's coming in. Like, when I say I don't think this is right, like, I don't think their opinion about that is correct. I think they're very jaded. But on the upside, you have the King of Rods, the King of Fire, kind of like, all right, no. You're immediately saying no, and you're very difficult right now. You're being very belligerent. I'm not going to bring you around people that I care about. I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you hurt people like that. I have chosen myself to give you a chance, so I'm putting it on me to take that risk about how you're going to be difficult, and I'm handling it myself. I'm not going to pull you in with everybody else, especially how you are right now. You're being very difficult for me. Everybody shouldn't have to deal with that. I'm not going to let you cause that for everybody. No. You're standing right up to this. Like, no, I will not allow this. No. And they're like showing their true colors, and you're like, yeah. This is why I've taken you out of this situation. This is why I won't let you around, because you are difficult, and you're being very difficult for me right now. Ironically, it's a hard moment, but it's also validating everything you've done up to this point. It's showing you that you did do the right thing. It's like, so it's weird. It's like very difficult to deal with, but at the same time, it's validating. No, I have nothing to feel guilty about. There's no reason I should feel guilty. Um, at some point, they're going to have to accept that this situation is just not going to work the way they want it to. At some point, you're not going to give in. They have to accept that. At some point, how, like, the version of acceptance may be weird. I'm not going to say they're going to accept it and improve, but they're going to accept it and go in a different direction. So that's the kind of acceptance I'm seeing. You're hopeful for them. You want things to improve for them. You do care. Even though they're difficult, you do want things to improve for them, so you're hopeful. And that's the best you can do. When I'm getting prayer for them, you're hopeful for them, and that's the best you can do. This is fair, though. You did what was right. Whatever they choose after this, it's on them. Balance with the Queen of Wands is telling me they're going to go head first into whatever next situation they decide. If they decide to make things better, things will get better for them. If they decide to ignore it, things will probably be a lot worse for them. You gave them a chance, though. They didn't really have a chance to change until somebody got right in their face and said, "You are a problem. You need to fix your problem." You gave them a chance. It's up to them to take that chance or not. So you did the best you could for them. You literally did the best you could. You can't force them to improve what's going on here. All you can do is like say, "Hey, I'm not putting up with it. Here's your chance to do something better." If they decide they don't want to, that's literally on them. You gave them every chance in the world to fix their own problem. And that's it. We're good? We're good. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.